March 23, 2026. Latto posts a photo on Instagram that stops the entire internet cold. She is standing there in a sheer black crop top, baby bump fully on display, holding a baby cheetah. And the caption says nothing about the father. It says nothing about the relationship. It just says, Big Mama, the album, May 29th. But everyone already knew, because in the music video that dropped the same day, a pair of tattooed hands reached into the frame and cradled that belly. And those tattoos belong to one of the most private, most elusive men in hip-hop, a man who, as of right now, has never looked into a camera and confirmed he is the father of that child, a man who may still be legally married to someone else. And then, a few days after that announcement, a screenshot started moving through the internet so fast that it cleared 1.6 million views in a matter of hours. It was not a video, it was not a statement, it was a liked post on Instagram from the woman who has been connected to 21 Savage since 2011, the woman who shares his last name, the woman many believe he quietly married in 2020. Her name is Keyanna Joseph. And what she did, or more precisely, what she chose not to do, is the question that nobody can stop talking about. If you want to understand how this triangle actually formed, what that one like really signals, and why 21 Savage has managed to become a father again without ever saying so out loud, stay right here. We are walking through all of it. And real quick, if you are already locked in from that intro, hit the like button right now. It takes literally one tap. It tells YouTube this video is worth showing people, and we appreciate you for it. Now, let's get into it.
To feel the weight of what happened in March 2026, you need to understand who these three people actually are, because all three of them handle the public eye in completely different ways, and that contrast is a huge part of why this story spread the way it did. Start with Latto. Born Alyssa Michelle Steffens, 27 years old, Atlanta through and through. Big energy put her in mainstream living rooms. Her cheetah print aesthetic became a whole visual identity. And publicly, she is as loud as any artist working right now. Her career lives in full view. But here is what most people miss about Latto. Her personal life has always been kept in a completely separate, locked room. She said it herself in a Cosmopolitan interview. If something is special to me, I'm going to keep it close to me because everything else has to be front and center about my life. For years, that included the man now at the center of all of this.
Now, 21 Savage. Government name, Shia bin Abraham Joseph. 33 years old. Born in London in 1992, moved to Atlanta as a child. Built himself into a Grammy-winning, chart-demolishing force. Bank account, rock star, features on features. But the thing about 21 Savage that never quite gets enough attention is how surgically he separates his music from his personal life. He does not confirm relationships. He does not deny rumors. He lets them both exist at the same time, and he just keeps moving. Which makes what he did in March 2026 all the more significant. But we are going to build to that. And then there is Keyanna Joseph, who is the least famous person in this story and genuinely the most interesting one to watch. Keyanna runs her own beauty brands, House of Key and Beauty by Nuki, and her Instagram is @Keyanna_Nuki. She is not chasing a platform. She has not built a public persona on the back of her connection to 21 Savage. She has spent years being intentionally invisible in a situation that keeps pulling her name back into the spotlight. And her connection to 21 Savage goes all the way back to approximately 2011. Childhood sweethearts, 2 sons together, Kamari, born in 2013, and Ashad, born in 2015, and a shared last name, Joseph. These are your 3 people.
None of what happened in March 2026 was sudden. This situation has been building for over a decade, and the timeline is the most important part of understanding why that one Instagram like sent the internet into a full spiral. That is when Keyanna and 21 Savage reportedly started dating. By the time this became front-page celebrity news, they already had 14 years of history between them, 2 kids, a shared last name. And then 2019 changed everything. In February of that year, ICE agents arrested 21 Savage and detained him, and what came out was something the public had not known. He was born in the United Kingdom and had overstayed his U.S. visa. The man the world knew as one of Atlanta's defining artists had been living with this legal uncertainty for years. He spent the next several years navigating deportation proceedings before finally securing lawful permanent residency in 2023.
And here is where it gets more layered. In 2020, right in the middle of that immigration battle, reports surfaced that 21 Savage and Keyanna had quietly gotten married. Almost immediately, speculation split the internet in two. Some people argued the marriage was strategic, that marrying a U.S. citizen was a calculated move to help his immigration case, which is a real and legal pathway, by the way, called spousal-based sponsorship. Others pointed to their 9-year history at that point and said this was a genuine relationship that had nothing to do with legal maneuvering. Neither of them ever addressed the speculation, not once. They simply let the two interpretations exist side by side and said nothing. What makes the marriage question genuinely complicated, and this matters a lot for what comes later, is that no public court record has ever confirmed the marriage happened, and no public court record has confirmed it ended. Keyanna's Instagram posts from December 2023 and July 2025 appear to show a diamond ring on her left hand. Around September 2023, reports circulated that she filed for divorce over irreconcilable differences, but no finalized divorce has ever been documented publicly. As of today, March 29, 2026, that question is still sitting open.
And this is where everyone who is new to the channel needs to hit that subscribe button, because this is one of those stories that is going to keep developing, and you do not want to piece it together 3 months from now after it's already over. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you are locked in. Meanwhile, 2020 is also the year Latto and 21 Savage released their first collaboration, Pull Up. Dating conversations started almost immediately. Nothing was confirmed. In 2021, a track called Wheelie deepened the speculation. Still nothing confirmed. The rumors coexisted with the music for years. Then August 2025 came and they were photographed vacationing together. Still no confirmation. September 29, 2025 was the turning point. Latto confirmed the relationship publicly for the first time. Her phrasing to TMZ was 3 words: my man, my man, my man. Simple, clear, and enormous coming from someone who had kept that door locked for years. At some point, she also referred to 21 Savage as my husband in a separate TMZ moment. That word, husband, moved through the internet fast, given the unresolved questions about his legal status. Most outlets read it as a term of endearment rather than a legal claim, but the word still circulated.
A week after the September confirmation, she performed in Japan, and fans in the crowd thought they spotted a baby bump. Rumors ignited instantly. On October 6, 2025, she went on social media and shut it down, playfully, with that same confident energy, to her 14 million followers. Denied. No pregnancy. Move along. For about 5 months after that, relative quiet. And then March 23, 2026 happened, and everything changed. The cover art alone was a statement. Latto in a sheer black crop top, baby bump on full display, holding a baby cheetah in her arms. The album is called Big Mama, out May 29, 2026, and the visual concept was so perfectly on brand. The cheetah print, the boldness, the deliberate reclaiming of the narrative that you could not separate the art from the announcement. But the music video for Business and Personal Intro was where the real moment landed. Right there on screen, a pair of hands reached in and cradled Latto's belly. Those hands carried tattoos that fans immediately identified as 21 Savage's. His face never appeared. He was present in his own child's announcement without ever being visibly present. And Latto rapped over the whole thing. Maybach, that's the Benz of the day. Car seat, got a kid on the way.
Everyone thought the video was the boldest move possible. What nobody expected was what 21 Savage did next. A few days after the announcement, he posted Latto's paper magazine cover to his 20 million Instagram followers. Caption: Big Mama, not the little one. 6 words.
For a man who had never once publicly acknowledged their relationship before, 6 words in an Instagram caption functioned as a louder confirmation than most press releases ever could.
The reaction online split hard and fast. One side of the internet celebrated. People praised Latto for making her pregnancy part of her artistry, for integrating a personal milestone into an album rollout in a way that felt deliberate and powerful, rather than reactive. The pregnancy reveal and the album concept merged into one statement, and a lot of people found that genuinely impressive. The other side had real problems with the full picture, and Le'Veon Bell, the former NFL running back, put those problems into one tweet that spread across every platform fast. He posted, "Latto just announced she's pregnant by a married man with 3 kids and made it part of her album rollout, and that's who today's women look up to? We're doomed." He did not name 21 Savage directly. He did not need to.
But here is the thing that gets lost in how that tweet framed it. The answer to whether 21 Savage is a married man right now is not clean. Reports say the marriage to Keyanna happened in 2020. Reports say she filed for divorce in 2023. No court record confirms the divorce ever finalized. Le'Veon Bell, and everyone who amplified that tweet, was working with incomplete information, which is exactly the same incomplete information the rest of us have, because the people actually involved have never confirmed any of it. That ambiguity is the engine that keeps this entire story running. And now we get to the moment that sent everything into a completely different gear. A few days after the announcement, screenshots started spreading. Keyanna Joseph's account, @Keyanna.Nuki, had liked Latto's pregnancy announcement on Instagram. Specifically, the first post in the announcement series, the image of Latto feeding that baby cheetah a bottle of milk.
Say Cheese TV reposted the screenshot on X. Within hours, 1.6 million views. 1.6 million views on a screenshot of a liked photo. That number alone tells you how charged this situation already was, and how desperately people wanted any signal from Keyanna about where she stood. Now here is the part that matters most. What does the like actually mean? Nobody knows. And that is not a hedge, it is just the honest answer. It could read as Grace, a woman who has seen this situation unfold, who has made a quiet peace with her circumstances, choosing support over conflict. It could read as a signal, a reminder that she exists, that she is watching, that she sees exactly what is being announced to the world and to whom. It could have been completely accidental, because phones like posts sometimes, and humans are not always deliberate with their thumbs. What we can say with certainty is that Keyanna has not followed the like with a single public word. No comment, no statement, no video, no tweet. She double-tapped a photo and went back to being exactly who she has always been, a private person living outside the spotlight. And in a situation this loud, choosing silence is its own kind of statement.
If this story has your jaw on the floor right now, drop a like on this video. We genuinely check those numbers, and it tells us to keep covering stories at this level of depth. Hit the like, and if you have not subscribed yet, what are you even doing? It's free. The button is right there. Your future self will thank you. The man who started all of this is, by design, the least visible person in his own story. 21 Savage has offered no statement about the pregnancy, no interview, no direct verbal confirmation that he is the father. His contribution to this entire news cycle consists of tattooed ands in a music video and 6 words on Instagram. For the man whose child is being announced to the world, that is a remarkably small footprint. None of this is surprising if you know his track record. He did not address the ICE arrest beyond what was legally necessary. He never confirmed or denied the marriage to Keyanna. He never addressed the divorce reports. He did not publicly confirm the relationship with Latto until she confirmed it herself. And even then, his confirmation came through a caption rather than a conversation.
The result is a situation where 2 women connected to him are navigating intense public scrutiny while he stays quiet. Keyanna's Instagram comments filled with questions she never invited. Latto is publicly answering for the circumstances of a pregnancy she announced on her own terms, and 21 Savage is posting paper magazine covers and moving on. This will be his fourth child. Kamari, born in 2013, Ashad, born in 2015, a daughter named Rian, also born in 2015 from a separate relationship, and now a fourth child on the way with a due date that has not been made public. 4 children, 1 Instagram caption. That is the totality of what 21 Savage has offered this conversation. And a quick sidebar for anyone who has been watching this channel for a while without ever hitting subscribe, today is your day. You have been getting the information for free this whole time. The least you can do is tap the button. We see you, we love you, please subscribe.
There is a reason this story resonated far beyond just celebrity gossip, and it deserves to be named directly. Keyanna Joseph's situation touches something a lot of women recognize personally: the experience of being the one who stayed, who built something with someone, who raised children alongside them, and then watching that person move on publicly while your own legal situation stays murky and unresolved. That is not abstract. That is real. And a lot of women watching this story have lived some version of it, which is exactly why Keyanna's silence hits differently than celebrity silence usually does. She chose not to perform her pain. She chose not to give the internet what it was looking for. And honestly, in the loudest possible situation, that might be the most powerful choice available to her. Latto's side carries its own weight. A 27-year-old woman who is clearly proud of the family forming around her, who made her pregnancy into a piece of music and imagery that will outlast the news cycle, who built her announcement on her own terms, and who is now catching criticism for the circumstances of a situation that involves another person who has never publicly explained himself. Whether you agree with how this unfolded or not, the announcement itself is genuinely creative in a way that transcends the drama. And 21 Savage sits in the middle of all of it, still choosing invisibility, still letting the women in his life carry the weight of his silence.
So here is where things stand right now. Latto is pregnant, due date unknown. Big Mama drops May 29th, 2026, 17 tracks, business and personal intro opening the project, more music still coming as the rollout continues. 21 Savage's legal marital status with Keyanna remains publicly unresolved. Keyanna Joseph has said nothing beyond a liked post and has continued running her beauty businesses as if none of this is happening around her. The confrontation that brought you to this video does not exist the way it was framed. There was no fight, there was no call-out. There was a double tap, and underneath that double tap sits 14 years of history, 2 kids, an unconfirmed marriage, an unconfirmed divorce, a Grammy-winning rapper who communicates in captions, and a woman who apparently decided that 1 like was all anyone was going to get from her. Big Mama drops May 29th. We will be here when it does. Drop a comment right now and tell us, what do you actually think that Instagram like meant? Because we genuinely want to know where you land on this. Like this video if you want us to keep following this story as it develops. And if you watched this entire thing and you are still not subscribed, that is actually impressive dedication to not subscribing, and we respect it. But also, please just hit the button. We will see you in the next one.